Hey there, Industrialist Cougar here, back with more Rise of Industry gameplay. We are about to pick up right where we left off at the end of the last episode, but before we do, let me just mention that this may be the last in this series for a while. I mean, it's only been 3 videos, but the game is still in early access, and the devs are about to push a major update. And the way it works with this game in particular is that when an update is pushed, you have to start a new game. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The game is in early access, and that's kind of thing is expected. But I want to see some of the later game stuff that we haven't really ever gotten a chance to see because the updates have been coming so fast and furious that we're rarely in a position, we rarely make it far enough, long enough to earn enough money and do enough research to see some of the late game content. So I'm going to try to kind of jump ahead and just put down some late game content, whether it makes sense to or not, just to see it, because once the update comes, we'll have to start over. The update, it's really interesting, is going to include big changes to the way towns grow. First of all, they'll grow vertically from here on in, meaning there'll be skyscrapers. So once a town reaches a certain point, they'll start building taller. They'll start building up instead of out. Also, towns will, once they reach a trigger point for growth to the next level, they will ask you to complete a contract for them, or maybe more than one. And if you complete the contract, the town grows to the next level and a new shop is added. If you can't complete the contract, then the town doesn't grow and there are no new shops. Also, town spawns at the very beginning. The towns will all be more advanced. They'll all have a third shop available. Now, in the past, the smaller towns only had 2 shops, the farmer's market and the hardware store, and then you had to get lucky to find a bigger town on your map that had a third industry. So from here on in, all towns will start with a third industry, which honestly I'm a little torn about that. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Having some small stuff on the map and only a couple of big towns on the map when you start, it kind of forced you to make some tough decisions. Now, if there's only a town offering, oh, that's nice, a little fountain. I've never seen one of those before. Let's say the town offers you stuff, the choices that you're presented with are things that you've never really explored before. So maybe you've never done textiles and you are forced to go down a textile tree off the start. Or you've never done something that requires plastics, and so you have to go down the plastics route at the start. Now you're going to have more choices for how you want the game to, how you want to start out, which I think is going to, it allows you it gives you the opportunity to stick with what you know instead of forcing you to try something new. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that particular change, but I certainly am looking forward to the skyscrapers, or the tall buildings anyway, and the contracts that you're going to have to complete to get the town growth going. So with that, knowing that we're just going to try to jump ahead and see some Zeppelins and some trains and stuff, whether it makes sense to put them down or not, with that, let's go ahead and jump into the game. Okay, back in the game, a quick little recap here. Over here is our starting area, Fort Plain. This is where we were turning out grocery products. Up here at the top, we've got olive fields being turned into olive oil, and vegetable fields being turned into soup, and apple fields or apple orchards, I should say, being turned into apple smoothies, all of them being sold in town at the grocery store. We've also got a textile network set up over here, growing cotton, turning out fabric and dye and light fabric, and turning that into summer clothes and napkins for sale at the clothing store in Fort Plain. We've also got a burgeoning steel industry here, taking the coal and the iron ore and turning them into steel, and then turning that steel into cans and barrels and selling those in town. We've also expanded into this other territory down here where we've got copper production going on. There is a copper mine here supplying the glassworks and smelter with copper products. We are churning out some glass, and we're using sand and coal that we're importing from Fort Plain to make glass, which is being made into light bulbs, and it actually seems like there's something wrong with our light bulb industry here. What's the problem? We don't have enough copper? We don't have enough copper. We're probably selling a lot of copper from our warehouse directly into town, which we shouldn't be anymore now that we've got something to do with it. So let's turn that off. Actually, we could have left I don't think we're doing anything with the pipes, so I could have kept selling those pipes. Those are a tier 1 product, and we will sell them in town at the ironmongery, and that should do it. We could also turn some of these glassworks and smelters that don't have enough product to turn out anything into something that actually makes something with glass. We could make bottles. Why don't we do that? We'll make bottles out of the glass here and see where we can sell those once we start turning out some bottles. We probably should have figured this out ahead of time if there's any place to sell bottles, but let's just see. We can do that here. Production destinations. Change it off of auto, go to manual. No, that's not. We haven't turned out any bottles yet for some reason. This is weird. It's not quite. Oh, it's because it still thinks it's producing glass. Is what it is. All right, well, we'll just let that produce some glass, and then we'll figure out if there's any place to sell it in just a minute. But what we were going to do today was try to jump down the tech tree, kind of leapfrog over a lot of this earlier stuff so that we can see some of the later stuff. So advanced distribution, we've got to unlock the train terminal. We've got to unlock the Zeppelin field, Zeppelin capacity, and Zeppelin speed, maybe. But also a boat depot and a train depot. We're already doing the train depot, but that's fine. All right, just so we can see some of the other stuff that we can build here. Researching Zeppelin field right now, and look how fast our research is going because we've researched the tech that allows us to put more money into our research, our R&D efforts. So as soon as that Zeppelin field unlocks, we'll just put it down and fly a Zeppelin around just for the sake of doing it. I don't think there's anything that we really need to be shipped by Zeppelin right now. The only thing I can think of is maybe light bulbs, because we're shipping the light bulbs all the way back up here to sell them in Berkeley, at the home goods store in Berkeley. So maybe, just out of curiosity, how much does Berkeley want for a full build permit? Only 2.2 million. That's easily doable. Why don't we do that? We'll purchase a full build permit for Berkeley. I thought I just did that. Yes? Influence alert. I don't have enough influence to build town center Berkeley. My player influence is minus 18 here for some reason. And at the beginning of the map, I kept getting these alerts that I wasn't able to build in Berkeley because my influence wasn't high enough. Well, I wasn't really trying to build in Berkeley. I'm not sure why I was getting those things. And we've been supplying Berkeley with products. You'd think my influence would be better there. Well, anyway, so that's not going to let us do that there. We've finished all of our research. Let's see, what else should we be researching here to make sense? Oh, we'll probably need tunnels and bridges if we're going to be doing trains and boats and stuff. So let's get all this stuff unlocked. All right, and let's go to logistics. Zeppelin field for $450,000. We will put a Zeppelin field down somewhere here. Will it let me build one here? No, not quite enough room there. It's too close to town. It's not going to let me build there. The warehouse is over here. I guess we could build it here. All right, just for the sake of doing this, to do it, let's build a Zeppelin field there and build another Zeppelin field down here. Oh, and look, there's a perfect spot for it right there. If I just level out that terrain a bit. Hold on. Flatten. Auto-saving, sorry. Flatten. Let's do this. That should do it. Back to logistics, Zeppelin field. There we go. All right, and now let's see about shipping some light bulbs. Why don't we go back to the depot, the warehouse here, undo the trade route that is bringing... where's my warehouse? There it is. Undo the... well, let's just pause the trade route that's bringing... Yeah, I wonder if this is going to... This could either ship it by trucks or Zeppelin fields. Can we turn that off? Yeah, okay, so now it's only going to use the Zeppelin field. So let's see how that works. See if it brings us some light bulbs. Guess we're going to have to wait for enough light bulbs to be about... Well, 30 light bulbs should be enough to get a Zeppelin field going. To get a Zeppelin going. I don't have to buy a Zeppelin or anything. Look, there's the Zeppelin hanging out in the Zeppelin hangar. Only looks half finished. Hope that'll fly. Come on, Zeppelin. Show me your Zeppelin-ness. Alright, well, there are 40 light bulbs there, ready to be shipped. Well, 42. We were requesting 40, so it should be shipping now, right? Right. My Zeppelin field ain't a-going. Let's double check our order here. Well, we're asking to store 30. Oh, we're storing 30, that's why. Shouldn't this stuff be being sold in town? Do I not have a sale route up for the light bulbs? Well, did something change here? Oh, I'm just clicking on the wrong thing. Ah, we were never selling these. I have to sell these light bulbs here. Derp. Light bulbs, choose destination, commercial, in Berkeley. That should send some trucks out and clear out a bunch of these light bulbs. Yep, 19. All right, now we should get a Zeppelin. Yeah, look, there's our Zeppelin. Oh, wait, slow down, slow down. Slow. And follow the Zeppelin. Come on, follow the Zeppelin. Cool. Hey, look, guys, there's our Zeppelin. I want to follow the Zeppelin. Oh, a nice leisurely cargo Zeppelin ride. How pleasant. It's so quiet up here. It does not seem like the most efficient way to transport goods on the back of a Zeppelin, but I love it. Coming in for a landing. Oh, the humanity! Look, our Zeppelin coming in for a landing. Come on. You're almost there. Slow and stately. It's probably a good way to transport light bulbs, though. It's probably pretty calm and quiet up there. All right. And he comes in for a landing at this Zeppelin field and sends the light bulbs to the warehouse. And then he heads back. And here comes another shipment of light bulbs. So how many light bulbs do they carry? Wait, he only carries 3? 3 light bulbs this can carry. And we need 40 there. So it's going to be a constant stream of Zeppelins for a while. All right, that's all good. Now, obviously, in a real-world scenario, you'd only use this to transport very valuable stuff over a very long distance. Yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to stuff that's telling me I'm losing money or whatever. We're just doing this kind of for fun here at this point. I would also like to have some boat thing going here. I guess I could put down some kind of boat harbor over here. I've never built a boat harbor before. Let's try it. A boat depot. I imagine we put it on the water. We're going to have to do a little terraforming here, but that looks like a viable spot for a boat depot. Oh, sorry. I'm going to close that. Go to terraforming. Flatten this out. Get that out. And out. And... Nope, nope, not that. Flatten. I said flatten. Will this work? Let's try it. Logistics, boat depot. It needs to be slightly wider, it looks like. Oh, wait a minute, did it turn green for a second there? Nope, I've got it facing the wrong way. I think we need it slightly wider here. Oh, oh. Alright, now let's try it. Logistics, boat depot. There we go. Nice. And then a road to hook it up. Roads, urban road. Now we would have to, we're going to have to put down another warehouse to make a trade route here, but before let's just figure out what we're going to do with this before we do that. Does the water count as our territory? Can we build here in the water, even if it's technically outside our territory? Let's see. Let's try. Logistics boat depot. Looks like we need a little more. We need a little terraforming here to make this work. Terraform, flatten. I said flatten. Missing permit. I can't terraform this because technically it's their territory, even though this is my territory, but apparently the water is their territory. So I guess that's not gonna work. So how do we get a boat thing down here? Now last time we looked at buying a build permit up here. Whoops, rotate. It was extremely expensive, like ridiculously expensive. Let's check it out. Again, 5 million for this little town? I don't know, man. Well, we're not doing this to make money. We're just doing this to see some boats flying around. Swimming around. So let's see about... All right, let's go ahead and buy a permit there if it lets me. Yeah, my influence is plus 17 here, so there shouldn't be a problem with buying a permit here. I will purchase full building rights here in this region, and then I will flatten out a nice area to put a boat dock. Kind of close. This is all tricky. I guess we're gonna have to do it like this. Oh, oh, my bad. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job. Well, this is... Again, we're not worried about making money here. We're just trying to see this stuff. All right, so logistics, boat depot, and there we go. Yeah. See if this fine gentleman will let me hook up to his road network. Yes, he will. All right, good. Now I'm gonna have to dump down a couple of warehouses just to do something here. Even though I'm gonna have to put down an industry to have something to ship too. Roads. Why don't we? I mean, we would never. I guess. In theory, you might ship lumber on a boat. Why don't we put down a gatherer would be a lumber yard here. And harvest some lumber. Oh yeah, plenty of lumber around here for harvesting. And hook it up. Yeah, I know this is just sloppy and messy, and I don't care. I just want to get something in the warehouse so I have something to send by boat. And that should do it, actually. So, oops, except I need another warehouse down here. Another warehouse down here to put the stuff in once I bring it back. And there's no room anywhere. Oh, right there. Barely. Wow. That's going to work, right? Yep, it's within... Okay. And now, I click on the warehouse. I request transport of a product. I will request raw resources, wood. And set a desired amount. Send me 40 of your most wonderful wood. And now let's go up and check our shipping line. We may have to speed this up. Yeah, we're going to have to speed this up to get some wood in there for it to send out. So just hang here with me for a sec. See how many this will take once the ship finally comes out. We'll see. Okay, okay. Here comes some trucks to get the wood. And... yeah, oh, wait, slow down, buddy. And there's our ship. Ah, autosave. You can adjust the frequency of the autosave in the options, if you didn't know. Alright, my beautiful little ship. Putting along. Great. Are you going to fit under there, my friend? Hey, why don't you just drive right through the pylons? I'm sure that'll be fine. Alright, great. We are finishing some R&D that we don't really need, but we've got our Zeppelins going, we've got our boats going, and a train is going to set up, is going to take quite a bit of time to set up. We already did one in the other episode, in my previous playthrough. We could try setting one up here. Maybe we can set one up here and run it down this way. So it's getting a little tight in through here. Let's see. Train depot. Go to logistics. Train terminal. Is there room for it there? No, of course not. Of course not. I'm not sure why that would be blocked. It's the terrain blocking it here. Let's see if I can lower this terrain. Now can I build there? Yes! Ah, but how... oh gosh. Oh, this is going to be messy. Yeah, then the trains are going to be coming right out across the road, which is probably not the best way to do this. Let's see. Out here. That is within the warehouse range. Let's try that. Now, trains, I remember, were a little trickier. Ooh, they look... oh, this looks so much better than when we built it before. It's a lot more detailed. There's a lot more going on there. That looks great. Yeah, that looks great. Alright, so here's where the trucks will come in and drop stuff off. And then one of these goes out. I guess if this is green, that means it's coming in this way. And then this... so this would be the one that goes out. So we take the track and we just drag it. Let's zoom out a little. Drag it out this way. Yeah, this is easy. Easy train stuff. Which way should this go? I guess it can keep going up here. Only 10 grand. A bargain, I must say. There's a warehouse here. I don't know if there's going to be enough room to put down a train depot there. It's a little jaggy right now because I'm holding down the button to drag the thingy across. I think we could build one here. Oh, there's some terrain. Wow. Ooh, messy terrain. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, look what I did. And I'm not paused, so I can't undo. I don't think it would undo the train tracks anyway. Let's see if we can make this a little better. That should be fine. Oh my god. What are you doing? Stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, now let's put down the train depot. Where did I want that again? I was going to put it over here by the cotton fields. Go to logistics, train terminal. Oh, that's going to have to come in at a weird angle. Shoot. Well, again, I'm not looking for. I just want to see some choo-choos run. Not looking to make this super pretty. So if it comes out that way, it's got to come in this way, right? So this one should link up to. Oh goodness! Ooh, look at all this water. Can we get across right? It looks like we can get across right through here. Yep. So let me just flatten this a bit. Terraforming, flatten. Oops. Flatten. Wait, what? Tiles are blocked, cannot terraform. It's because of the train there? The train track? I guess? Yeah. Alright, I gotta take that out. And now try this again. Flatten. And then more train tracks. And you will link up. Hold on, hold on. Now you're linking up. Not quite. There we go. It ain't pretty. It's kind of got the train going all over creation. What happened here? Oh, I guess it had to cross. It had to cross the road here at a 90-degree angle. That's why it twisted itself. It's nice that it does that automatically instead of just telling you I can't do it. I think. I guess that's good. And then we need a return route. So far, so good. Slightly sloppy. Oh, we're gonna have to do some more terraforming here, flattening. Oh, that's not gonna let me do it because I have the tracks there. Shoot. Now again, I would probably be doing this paused if I were doing it for real. I'm not, so hold on. Flatten again. Okay, that lets me flatten again. Probably gonna have to do that again here. And maybe even here. Oh, shoot. It's not going to let me. And then what are we going to do down here? Ugh. Maybe that'll be enough to let this work. All right. Then back to the networks, tracks. Hook this back up, this mess I made. Hook this back up. I'm not making this very pretty, but that's I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm just not trying to not do it at all. Hold on, I extended that a little too far. Yes, road construction. You guys are used to it. Well, it's gonna let me do it. All right. All right. well, almost. Wow, ugliest track setup ever. Yeah, I would not let that stand if we were doing this for real, but just for the sake of getting some trains going, I think we're okay. So where should we ship what to where? Should we just ship this? Oh no, that's not ours. This is ours, and we're probably storing a lot of wood here because we're requesting it and not doing anything with it. So why don't we just send the wood right back up here? Oh my god, what if I? What a horrible track layout. But I think this is all hooked up and working correctly. So let's test it. Let's test it by requesting something from the warehouse here. Let us request wood using the train route. And let's get just 20 wood. It should be plenty. And now if there's wood there, we should see a train come out soon. Speed this up. Get the... Let the warehouse ship me some wood. Make this a little more of a direct route for those trucks. Do you have enough to ship here yet? You've only got 12. Those boats... The boats don't carry much, do they? How much do they carry? 6. So I've only gotten 2 shipments of wood so far, even though we weren't paused. So that's a fairly slow boat to China way to ship the wood. And not a heck of a lot of it. Yeah, I know. Their production alerts, R&D alerts, all this stuff. We're not worried about that. If the wood isn't coming in fast enough here, we'll set up a different route to bring something from up there. Something that we have plenty of in Fort Plain down here. Let's just wait for this last group of trucks here and see if this does anything. Nah. Alright, they're not sending any trucks to the train station, so why don't we request something different? Request something down here. Well, we'll have to, what do we have a lot of up in the other warehouse up here? We've got a lot of cans that we can actually... Cans and steel we can actually sell at the ironmongery down here in Edith and Dave. So this is not a totally off-the-wall request to make. We'll request the Tier 2 product cans, and a lot of them. Ship me all your cans. And now we should have a train set off almost immediately as soon as the trucks bring all the... Here come the trucks out of the train terminal, going to the warehouse, getting the cans, and bringing them back. And as soon as enough of them come back to fill up a train, we should see a train come out of here. If I did this right, which I'm not 100% confident. Hey, there goes our train! Slow down, slow down. And, oh, 2 trains. And follow our train. I am a railroad tycoon, my friends. Look at all the cans that look suspiciously like coal or something. But still, great. So sweet. Well, I tell you, I really look forward to this game being completed and being able to play a map all the way through. Now, I guess if you sit and play for 6 hours straight, you could get to a place where you've got a whole setup like this. But then, you know, they push an update and you lose all that hard work you put in setting up this great network. So I'm not down with that right now. We're just doing this for fun in early access, and boy is this game fun and challenging and interesting, and you know, seeing what the devs have in mind for it, seeing what they're working on. Oh, you know what else they're working on that I forgot to mention? In addition to the town growth, the different town growth mechanics and the vertical growth for the skyscrapers, there's also going to be pollution. And they're starting to work on that now. It may be in the next patch, or I think it may be in the one after this. Yeah, I think it's going to be in the one after this, but maybe not. I don't know. And then you have to manage your pollution concerns here and not ruin the environment and really annoy the town by polluting up the area around it. So that's going to be an interesting mechanic to play with as well once that's in. Also, apparently traffic at some point. Not sure how that's going to work, but congestion concerns as we look at this huge line of trucks piling up here. Congestion will be a concern at some point. We'll have to worry about it. Just so happy with the pace and direction of progress on this game. Cannot wait to play the full finished product. I may do another episode once this next update drops just to check out the new town growth mechanics and maybe pollution. I don't think so. But yeah, we may check that out in an episode after the update. But for now, let's just call this a quick episode to check out some of the trade network stuff, the Zeppelin hangars. These are Zeppelin going here. And the boats, the shipping. Let's see, we got do we have a boat running right now? No, because our lumber production up here is going pretty slowly. And the trains with the ugliest track layout you've ever seen. But it works. So good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the Rise of Industry stuff. And stay profitable, industrialists.